I'm going to give it right back.
Y'all ready? All right. I'd like to welcome y'all to the first ever episode of Flag on the Play. I am one of your hosts, Jordan Davis. To my left, I got
Jalen.
To my right,
Kahari.
Brandon.
Lauryn.
and we're gonna talk about sports, life, music, movies, whatever the hell is on our mind. Pretty much, we're just gonna have fun with it. We're not gonna take ourselves too seriously.
Oh, we gonna be serious.
Yeah, I guess. But the reason we call it Flag on the Play is because we have these red flags and these yellow flags. Yellow flags you throw to cut someone off if they say something that's bullshit, and you got facts to back up to call out on their bullshit. And red is just to call a nigga out, just to be like, yeah, I don't like you. I don't like your opinion. Shut the fuck up. Let's debate. But yeah, so you get two of each, and after that, you gotta wait your turn. So now that we got the rules and the regulations set up, we're gonna start with our first topic, and that is the year in review for the NFL season. How do y'all feel like your team did as far as expectations were set? And like, are you happy with the outcome of the season? Or are you still, looking forward to the playoffs? I know some people can't. But yeah, I'm gonna start over here to my left with Jalen.
So if you didn't know, I'm a huge Chargers fan.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. You're wearing brown, nigga.
Right. I think we met expectations, especially with
Losing to the Steelers.
especially with getting Jim Harbaugh in.
Justin Fields Steelers.
Knowing that he is a winning coach. We had a few games that we missed out on, i.e. the Cardinals, and I would say the second one against the Chiefs. Man, you keep talking about these Steelers. We was hurt. We got hurt against y'all.
Yeah, we knocked you the motherfuck out. What you talking about?
Before we got hurt, it was 10-10.
Yeah, and look what happened. Come meet that Blitzbird.
Anyways,
you lost to Justin Fields. Let's not talk about that.
man, it was 10-10 going into
Justin Fields.
late third.
The man got benched right after he played y'all. Damn near.
That was
He played like 5 more weeks. And yeah, I'm ready for the playoffs. We got a nice, what is supposed to be a layup. Game. Road favorites. You can't go wrong with a road favorite.
Road favorite. That's crazy.
Y'all
Y'all
looking
were at the negative too. I took y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
You should. We the favorite, man.
Playoffs.
That don't mean nothing. Like, if y'all lose, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna look at you and be like, "You lost my money. You said it was a layup."
We should be good.
I hate to be that nigga.
I guess that's about it. J.K. Dobbins, I'm upset he got hurt. I wanted him to get 1,000 yards, come back play of the year situation, but
It's gonna be tough to win that.
yeah. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Who is in the running for comeback player of the year?
Sam
Joe
Darnold.
Flacco.
Why
Or not Joe
why is
Flacco.
Burrow in there?
Burrow, yeah.
I mean, I guess. But, all right.
He got hurt last year, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's
he
why.
did something with his was it shoulder or elbow?
Maybe it was his fingers.
Yeah.
No, because he was
something.
injured last year.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Joe Burrow barely played last year. What did he play, like 4 games last year?
Yeah. Who said who? Joe Flacco?
Burrow.
Oh, Joe Burrow. Yeah. I think he got hurt.
Inflated stats.
But Ravens fan.
Kirk Cousins in the running too. Oh,
I forgot. Kirk Cousins not in no running, bro. That dude got benched.
Yeah.
He had a good season up until he got benched.
You mean half of it?
Hold on. What flag am I throwing on that?
Wait a minute.
What flag am I throwing on
Wait
that?
a minute. Wait a minute.
He was the
Wait a minute.
definition of
He played-
bad
he-
for 5 weeks before
Before
he
they
got
went on
benched.
that losing spree, they were first in their division.
Yes, for the first 4 weeks he did
At
play really
5
good.
and 3. I think they went in the bye at 5-3. They were good, but it fell off the rails.
So he can't
Hard.
come back.
Yeah, you can't for
And
playing like
Man,
shit for half the
Just saying,
season.
he's
He's not in the running, bro. He's not in the running.
They
You
waited-
can't get benched and get comeback player of the year, bro. That's just not how it works.
They
Bench
waited
for a
too
rookie,
long.
bro. Not only did he get benched, but they talking about they will accept him back next season as a backup.
That's
Nah,
crazy.
they already trying to trade him.
I know they're
crazy.
trying to trade. They said if he don't get traded, they will accept him back as a backup. Ain't that crazy?
is crazy.
They waited too long to bench him.
The fact they gave him that contract knowing they was drafting a QB anyway was crazy.
Yeah, facts.
And a
Facts.
35-plus-year-old quarterback
They
that's
did him
not
dirty.
mobile off of an Achilles tear.
But back on topic, we talking about the Ravens now. You see this? Lamar Jackson, big trust. This season, I mean, this season overall, this has been a great season. It's been. Hey, nigga, you don't shut up and let me talk. Ravens, this season has been very good. It started off very disappointing. I mean, that Chiefs game was crazy. That was a good game. Came down to the wire, but that Raiders loss that pissed me off. Defense first half of the season, it was looking scary. But the offense, though, from day one. Excuse me?
I'm sorry.
Didn't
They beat the Raiders twice. That's all I'm saying.
okay. And we beat them. We beat y'all. We beat
y'all as
them.
well. We beat y'all as well.
You did by what? Fucking 3 points? We smoked y'all. We smoked y'all.
It was
34-17, bro.
24-17 before Russ threw a pick six.
I don't give a fuck what it was.
The fourth
What
quarter.
the final score say? I did. Derrick Henry is the truth. Derrick Henry the truth.
Absolutely.
Wish I had his jersey, but they only had this.
Man, you sound disappointed to have a Lamar jersey.
Hey, I'm not disappointed.
You said they only had this. That's a Lamar Jackson
I'm
jersey.
just scared because anytime I get a jersey,
I do have a question.
what's that?
How you feel about him about to change his number if they win?
Oh my God, I love it because then he's gonna have Derrick Rose's number. He said if we win a Super Bowl, he said he's gonna change his number to 1. I was like, that's hilarious. Do it.
That means he's gonna use the Super Bowl money to buy out the rest of his jerseys.
Yeah, because they had who was it that he had a lawsuit with? Somebody else that used the number 8. They were trying to get a trade. Oh, it was a motherfucker from the Cowboys.
Aikman?
Was it Aikman?
Aikman was 8.
It was somebody from the Cowboys that was a quarterback before Tony Romo. I'm pretty sure it was Aikman.
Aikman was 8, and that was in the late 90s.
Yeah, and they had a whole fucking lawsuit before the season started about the number 8 because Lamar was trying to use it as his brand or whatever. But yeah, no, I'm excited for these playoffs. We about to bust these boys again. We in Baltimore again. About to make it to the Super Bowl this year. You know, Lamar about to get over the hump just like LeBron did when he went to Miami. We got our Dwayne Wade came to our team, know what I mean? So, moving on to the Cowboys, man.
Before we get started, shout out to Jerry Jones for being too cheap to afford Derrick Henry to give these guys that free will right there. Cowboys fan over here. Season obviously did not go as expected, but when you only have one wide receiver and no running backs, unless your name is Ezekiel Elliott, you don't have much going for you. I mean, yeah, Zeke now on the Chargers. Zeke now on the Chargers. You know, it took us 12 weeks to find out that Rico Dowdle was a legit RB1, and he's a 1,000-yard running back undrafted, and he waited 10 plus weeks before he was able to get the actual bell cow workload. So shout out to that. Hopefully next season we stay healthy. We didn't have our trio of cornerbacks playing together at all except for one game this season. So hopefully Diggs gets back healthy, Bland's back healthy. Jordan Lewis, he's a stud in the slot. Micah Parsons already calling out a Super Bowl for us next year. I don't like it. But, you know, I'm going to ride with my boys.
Said Joe Burrow should be MVP.
Hey, inflated stats, it's what it is. But also shout out to my Steelers fan over here. You know, we beat those Steelers even with Justin Fields in there, you know. Dak Prescott threw 2 picks in 2 different days in one game. But, you know, thanks to the weather delay. But, you know, we got the dub on them.
4-game slide.
So,
That's okay.
but
That's okay. They went 3-2, and then what happened after that?
hey, injuries started piling up.
We were your Super Bowl. That's good.
Hey, we take the wins when we
are
can.
most people's Super Bowl, you know.
As far as season goes, below expectations. I wasn't happy about it. I personally thought that tanking would be the best option, but we know they're all pros. Nobody's actually going to tank. So, Jags are great at it. Jags are great at it. The Patriots suck at it. So it's all good. Shout out Joe Milton. Shout out Joe Milton. Though I've always called him the best QB in that room, and I still believe it. That bullet that he threw in the end zone on that holding play, not many players can make that. So hopefully we'll go back for next year, get a good couple draft picks because we don't do any free agency. So
True.
Looks like us. Lauryn, you want to say something about your team?
I'm a Panthers fan, and I have known for the last 4 years that we would not do shit. But next year, we're at least making it to the playoffs. You heard it here, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth.
I will say Bryce Young looked very good down the stretch. When he got benched, when he got benched and came back, he looked
to Rod Wade.
Yeah.
We're not going to get
Shout out Rod Wade, man. Give him a little man.
What's that song, Quicksand?
Hey,
No, that's
stop
by
it.
somebody else.
Sweet Ronald. How that?
What in the world? I don't listen to Rod Wade. I ain't gonna lie to you, so I don't know what you're talking about.
That's your first mistake.
I'm not a sad, sappy dude.
You got happy songs, man.
Does he?
It don't sound like it.
Ish. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about my Steelers. We on a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah.
Let's just call it what it is.
Who started that? Who started that for you?
Russell Wilson. Oh, Russell Wilson started that for me. I'm
sure
not.
did. Who he's playing against when he lost his groove?
we're talking about George Pickens real quick.
Yeah, we can talk about George Pickens. How many?
Hand.
Can somebody look up how many drops he has on the year?
Too many to count.
Actually, I want to know.
I think it's only that game that he dropped the ball.
It probably was.
I think.
You don't want him traded.
No, I don't want him traded.
Okay.
What the fuck?
I didn't know.
I'm a Steelers fan. I support divas in Pittsburgh. I need another Antonio Brown.
Oh.
But not like Antonio Brown. I don't need people giving out cracker of the day. But
Crack of the year. He gave away Crack of the Year awards.
they went fourth and
Yeah.
didn't get it. But I'm still looking forward to the playoffs because we get the most common opponent that we have, or the most, like, I won't say easy, but our biggest rival. We know them better than any other team in the AFC. So to think that we just gonna get mollywhopped is crazy. I think it's gonna be a very great AFC North battle.
Yeah, you know it is.
Battle of the kickers.
He had 6 drops this year.
6.
Yeah, that was the
So he had 3 in that game. Yeah, I'm not gonna write George Pickens off for a bad game. He was running some stupid routes. He was dropping balls that were very easy, but
Hey, Justin Jefferson did the same thing in the same week.
yeah. So I just look at it as, it was a compilation of just bad football over 4 weeks. I can't just be like, oh, George Pickens this, George Pickens that. Russ, I can definitely point a finger at that nigga. That nigga pissed me off. He need to talk.
Sure can, man. That man.
Bro,
Man, he picked.
Time to put
Wait a minute.
the only
Because
pick
he
that
did-
I'm not giving him is the one against the Chiefs.
But he did pick it up from Justin Fields starting to slack off.
He
Slack
never was
off.
starting to
I wouldn't even
Slack off. Justin Fields had a great game against the Raiders, and they benched him for Russell when he got healthy.
He got healthy.
The
Straight
only
up.
reason that we benched Justin Fields is
So-
because if he played 51% of our snaps, the Bears would have got a 4th-round pick.
So
It's a
would
business decision. It
so
won't
would
because
you
he was
agree that your offense did get better
yes.
when Russ came in?
absolutely.
It brought a
Okay.
new
But that does not change the fact that it became one-dimensional when Arthur Smith started calling toss plays to Najee Harris, and then they asked Russ to keep doing what he was doing, and you're not getting any rushing yards.
It brought a new dimension of the deep ball, but it
I'm
took away
sorry.
the ability of the Russian quarterback.
Exactly. Like, he became less dynamic. And then when he did rush, you saw what happened. Man, fumbled. He was a turnover fucking magnet for 4 fucking weeks, dude.
And it's crazy they tried to write off Justin Fields that way, but he took care of the ball for the most part.
Justin Fields fumbled on rushes. Russell Wilson was just throwing some terrible passes. I was at the Browns game. The second Browns game. Not the first one. I was at the second Browns game. I did not root for Russell Wilson the whole time because this dude was not throwing nothing worth a damn until the third quarter. I was rooting for Jameis Winston because that bitch was gonna help me win. That's what I'm rooting for today. I'm hoping that Lamar goes back to the reality of the Steelers got your number. That's all I can hope for. But Zay Flowers is great. So
I mean, the Steelers don't really got his number. The Steelers got the fucking receivers number. It's just, if you look back in them games, you know what.
I mean, he still be doing great.
He did like his first time, like first couple of games playing against the Steelers. I remember that. What was it? 4 fucking fumbles or 4 interceptions, 2 fumbles. Bro, that shit pissed me off. That shit was crazy. I couldn't believe
Yeah, Devin Bush was having a great ass game that day.
Got the Ravens receivers number, and y'all are
Play for
down
the
wide receiver
Browns.
1.
He played for the Browns.
We got Derrick Henry. Like, it don't matter, bro.
What's the second topic?
And it's
My
not like
phone.
they covering our receivers. They just fucking be dropping the ball for some reason.
Yeah. So I'm still looking forward to it. I think we can win the first game. It's gonna be hard, but that's the only game that I really truly feel like we can go out there and make noise. We gotta play Kansas City or Buffalo. It's gonna be tough sledding. I ain't gonna say we're gonna lose, but it's gonna be tough sledding. So yeah. And then you said what was it?
Next time playoffs.
All right.
Look ahead. Who moves on?
Oh, yeah. So based off the playoff matchups we have, you can just run it down if you want. Who you think wins or whatever, but
All right, we'll start with the 4:30 game on Saturday. We're gonna say Chargers win.
surprise.
They really do. Like, come on, let's be.
I'm gonna
for real.
say it's gonna be a blowout. I'm gonna just call it a
It should
two
be, bro.
touchdown. 2 touchdowns is a blowout.
I mean,
Yeah.
2 touchdown win.
Okay.
Are we thinking about 34-17?
Do we get to 30? I don't know.
I think y'all should get to 30.
What are you
Especially
gonna hold them
Matt
to?
McConkey is going off. He is getting hot at the right
10,
time.
honestly.
You
Actually,
gonna hold them to 10?
it really depends on how y'all
10 to
play call it.
13.
If y'all play call it with just killing the clock, running the game out, like y'all won't get 30. But if y'all want to be aggressive from the jump, let Justin Herbert cook, y'all are getting to 30. Herbert
It's only so much you can cook with the little ingredients he has.
What
Matt
other
McConkey
ingredients?
is a
Matt
stud.
McConkey is a stud. You got
That's
AK,
one guy.
And
You
Quentin
got,
Johnston just caught 10 for
he not-
186.
You try to
last
trade
week.
13.
him. You try to trade
I
him.
tried-
That guy, and I try to tell you, I don't want that bum. I don't want that fucking bum because you're not even claiming it.
He had a good game, but it was against the Raiders.
Hey, they lost to the Raiders.
Shut the fuck up.
They did that. They definitely did that. Going into the next one, I think is Pittsburgh, Baltimore.
Yep. 8 p.m. Saturday. Sean.
This another. I'm probably gonna go with another blowout.
Ravens 10-point favorite.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like another 2 touchdown lead game.
Next game, Denver, Buffalo.
Russ is gonna cook for Baltimore.
Putting packages out for Justin Fields, man.
All season, bro. and
We gonna see.
Only puts him in for a QB draw. That's
Yeah,
it.
that
And only
You
one-
know.
Yes.
I know exactly what he's doing, so I know they know.
Everyone know what he's doing.
What
bro.
he's doing.
And he only came in when it snowed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we need 2 yards. Go ahead, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Who else on the docket?
Next
That's
game,
it for
Sunday.
Sunday is Denver, Buffalo.
So Denver, Buffalo. I think Buffalo is going to choke away their win. Yes, and if you look at their spread, if you look at their record against the spread when they touchdown or better favorite over the past 3 years, it's horrendous. So it's either going to be a very close game where they squeak by, or they're going to lose. And I think they're going to lose. I believe in Sean Payton. And Buffalo's defense has been trash, to say the least. Philly blowout. Jordan Love scares me. He's a gunslinger. He's a
overrated QB in the league.
He's a gunslinger. He could throw a nice ball, but it's a Brett Favre ball. Anybody can get it. So
Green Bay Packers thing.
Yep.
not with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers did not throw interceptions,
He didn't, but he was
Not
a
in Green Bay.
gunslinger.
Not in Green Bay.
but he didn't throw interceptions.
Yeah, like you said, not in Green Bay.
Oh, he's 40 now, is.
So LeBron's out here doing windmill layup dunks at 40. What the fuck are you talking about? 40 is not
He
old.
won a Super Bowl at
Yeah.
But-
They don't get off that. Oh, he dropped
Oh
it.
my God.
That's a goddamn shame.
That was
At any rate, yeah, Justin Love scares me. He's turnover prone. Oh yeah, damn. Who the fuck did I just say?
He said Justin Love. It's okay.
It's that Steelers. It's that Steelers coming off on me.
It's okay.
Pause.
Yes.
Sorry, I caught myself. But yeah, Jordan Love scares me. Turnover prone, and you can't win being turnover prone. After that,
That's gonna be
That might be the best.
I personally think that Marshawn Lattimore will be the difference maker in this game. I think he's going to hold Mike Evans to minimal yards, minimal catches, and Washington will be able to pull out a victory. We'll call it five points. A couple missed field goals, probably. Some bullshit go on in that one.
Monday night, Minnesota and the Rams.
That's the trickiest one for me. But I'm going to say Minnesota should win. Minnesota should win. But they have Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold can do Sam Darnold things.
Like they did against Lions.
So
18-41.
Why did you miss Jordan Addison?
they'll get it
That
right.
was immediately after he fucking hit him straight in the hands and fucking. No, that was Justin Jefferson that dropped that shit.
They'll get it right though. I think Minnesota will get it right. I don't necessarily believe in LA. I don't want to call them one dimensional, but we all know where the ball is going for the most part on most plays. So
And they still don't.
it should be one sided, and I'm going with Minnesota. Yep.
I'm gonna start with the Steelers. Ravens. Steelers win. Let's just put it out there. Nobody expects me to say anything different.
Hell no.
Chargers, Texans. I think the Chargers win handedly. I don't think the Texans have anybody that's healthy on the offense. Joe Mixon and Nico Collins. I think
I'm the best running back in the league.
I think that gets locked up.
Nico is going to go off though. Nico is going to go off. He's going to have a great game.
If he goes off, then it's not a 2-score game.
No, they're not going to score, but he's going to have a great game. It's going to look good, but they're not going to score much.
Don't they got Michi?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, and they got Deontay Johnson.
Well,
I'm
you
just
could
saying he's there.
Hey, if you really want to know about Deontay Johnson, I think me and Kahari could tell you about this bum. Boy
I know
drops
about
everything.
I
How you
know
go a
about
whole season without a touchdown but got 100 catches? That's crazy.
Bro, and led the league in red zone targets.
Like, that's crazy.
It would be one thing if he never was like given the opportunity. You led the fucking league in red zone targets. And you don't have one fucking touchdown.
And then the next year, he didn't get a touchdown until like week 10.
Yeah.
It happens.
You go 26 weeks without a touchdown, and you number one
Trey
receiver.
McBride.
Number one receiver.
Trey McBride was the
number one receiver
Trey
is
McBride.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
No, he's not.
He's their number one receiver. Yes, he is.
He's their
Somebody
Throw
throw
that
something.
flag.
he's the X, but
That-
he's not the go-to target. The tight end is the go-to target.
That's fine, but he is number one. We're not talking about who's the number one
To me, number
passing
one receiver,
option.
To me, number one receiver is go-to target.
That only works in Kansas City, where they have a rotation of wide receivers, and it doesn't matter who's out there.
And Mark Andrews until this year.
I don't know.
So like kind of throwback like Cowboys with Romo, Witten, and Des Bryant.
Like Des Bryant, obviously number one receiver. But
Gronk.
the go-to was Jason Witten. especially
No,
third
the
down.
safety blanket was Jason Witten.
That's exactly what that is.
No, Trey McBride runs routes and gets what he was getting fucking at least 8 catches a game. He had, if I'm not mistaken, he has
for most catches without a touchdown.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
he finally got one.
Yeah, he got 2 now. Yeah,
How long has Trey McBride been in the league?
2 years.
Two?
Second year.
So he done gone 36 weeks without a touchdown. Fuck,
It was long for him.
that's crazy.
It was long.
Didn't Kyler promise to get him one? And
Yeah, he got him.
didn't?
He got him one.
Oh,
he got
okay.
him.
Well-
He got 2
But
on a year.
again, he's
Yeah,
playing for the
on a year.
Cardinals, a very up and down team that barely scores points in some games. They can score 3 points in a game.
And then they
I know you saw that game.
This year was Trey McBride's third season.
Okay.
And he does look good doing nothing.
Who was looking good doing nothing? Oh,
But so yeah. Then what was that? What was the Broncos Bills? I think it's gonna be a very close game. I think Bo Nix is a very, very dynamic quarterback.
He's good.
I think
they
their
should be excited.
their defense is really what puts them over the top.
13.
That fucking defense is very fast, very hard hitting. They don't miss many assignments. I truly think that they'll give the Bills a run for their money. I don't think the Bills lose, though. I think the Bills have a lot to prove. It's too many years of Josh Allen not getting there for some reason. I don't think the Broncos are the reason this year. I think that will be either the Ravens or the Chiefs. But anyway, Buccaneers, Commanders. I think the Commanders win. But I'm not going to count out Baker. Baker has been balling.
Jalen McMillan.
What's his name? Is it Bucky? Bucky Urban? Yeah, Bucky Urban. Bucky Urban's been playing lights out.
Oregon Duck.
I think their offense is very dynamic.
All 3 of their running backs are decent, at least.
Defense is not, superior, but it's good. I just think Washington has way too much of a dynamic offense where it's like, if you cover all of our receivers, we still got Jaden Daniels. This nigga he can give me 20 yards real quick, 30 yards. He can give me a couple touchdowns too. He's had a great rookie season. So I think he continues that at least until second week. And then Philly, Packers. I truly don't believe in Philly like that. But I think they win because I don't believe in the Packers at all.
You can't count out this season.
You like that? You like that? Yeah. Yeah, I pulled one of you. But I think Philly wins that. All they gotta do is hand the ball off to Saquon. They win the game. But and then the last one was Minnesota Rams. Like he said, that is a hard game to call because you got Sam Darnold. I've never seen this man in a playoff game.
You haven't.
So I'd have no idea what to expect. I don't know if he's going to be seeing ghosts, if he's going to be, what he's been the whole year. But he should be. He has the weapons. He just has to go and make the right throw, go through your progressions, and then his guy got not dropped the ball as well. And they're not facing Jahmyr Gibbs this week, so they ain't got to worry about one dude. I'm sorry. I know that's a soft spot, Lauryn. But now you know how I feel, how Justin Jefferson did me against
you. You deserved it.
Justin Jefferson.
I did not deserve Gibbs.
No,
The Lions
she
didn't
was
fucking need
down by 40 points. She beat me by 6 because Justin Jefferson got 46 or something like that. I was killing her. I was about to be in a championship. I would have beat Paige.
We all would have beat Paige.
Everybody, I would have beat Paige. That's a lighter topic, but I'm gonna go with the Rams. I don't believe in Sam Darnold, and I believe in Sean McVay more than I do Kevin O'Donnell.
I don't even who?
Isn't that their coach?
Kevin
O'Connell. Oh, my bad.
Kevin
O'Connell, O'Donnell.
Fuck him.
Yeah, I believe in Sean McVay. I think, like you said, he has the simplest offensive package where you know where it's going, and guess what? You're still not stopping that shit
You're not.
because they are some of the most shiftiest receivers that you can ever guard. And you got 2 of them, plus Kyron. Let's not forget Kyron. Kyron is a beast. The man went like 10 weeks with a touchdown.
He stayed healthy this year. That's important.
I think that plays a big part.
It's over for Texas.
Yeah, I lost money. Thanks. But yeah, those are my predictions for the first round.
All right. So I'm going to start. I'm going to go in order. Bills, Broncos. This is not going to be a close game, bro.
You went in order and you started on Sunday over here.
Damn.
Alphabetical order.
My fault. Yeah, that's what I meant. Come on now. You already know what I'm talking about.
Anybody need a beer?
Yeah, I'll take one. What is it? Chargers, Texans?
Chargers, Texans.
That's going to be a blowout. Chargers about to come in there and mollywop them dudes. It's fucking about to be. I know the Chargers, especially with Justin Herbert, only have the one playoff experience where they fucking absolutely choked the fuck out of that game. But
that wasn't Justin Herbert's fault. That was Brandon Staley.
Well, yeah. It was, exactly. But Jim Harbaugh
is different.
Way different. He is a coach that's actually going to stick to the game plan. If you're going to be a running team, you're going to run the fucking ball. Unlike his brother, that when it comes to the playoffs, they just all of a sudden start trying to have a different identity. That's about to be a blowout. Ravens, Steelers, I'm fucking going to – I don't give a fuck if Tyler Huntley was out there playing with us. I'm saying the Ravens winning the game.
That dude did not look good in Miami.
Oh, hell no. I'm just saying, bro. If I'm a Ravens fan, I'm not gonna say we're gonna lose it. But realistically, I'm not really thinking that y'all having too much of a chance against. If we go out there and play our game the way we supposed to, we're winning. Point blank, simple.
Even with Tyler Huntley, though, that was.
I'm just saying.
I was cool with it until you said Tyler.
I wouldn't think that we were winning the game if Tyler Huntley. I wouldn't think Tyler Huntley's beating any team in the NFL. Fuck that dude, bro. I am so you saw him in Miami, bro.
Yes.
Hey, but he's a Pro Bowl quarterback.
I don't get stop.
Don't let that get lost.
What was he like the 5th alternate guy? Damn.
Yeah.
We're gonna get another one this year.
And at some point, somebody's got to play.
Aiden O'Connell.
Oh hell nah.
I'm calling it.
Mac Jones will make it before O'Connell.
No, he didn't play enough games.
O'Connell.
But back on topic, we going Buffalo and
Yep, now you're back in
Broncos. Yep. Buffalo's winning that game. I don't know why we beating around the bit. Like the fucking Bo Nix in his first playoff game facing against what's supposedly the best team in the AFC. Yeah, he's not. Them bright lights is about to hit real hard. There's gonna be a blowout game. There's just way more experience on one side than the other than the coach. The coach does matter, but so does the players. The experience of the players matters too. He can't go out there and play for them. Bo Nix never been to the playoffs. Javonte never been to the playoffs. Cortland Sutton never been to the playoffs.
Last time they did.
Pat Surtain ain't never been to the playoffs.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm not comparing the two. No, I should though. But I was going to go even worse and say Patrick Mahomes. First time in the playoffs, he won, right? He won the Super Bowl in his first playoff year. If I'm not mistaken, that's all I'm saying. If I'm not mistaken,
but that's after.
No.
Yeah. He beat the 49ers. And the 2.
That was his first year?
Yeah, 2019. I believe. He didn't start 2018, did he?
No, because he sat behind.
He sat behind Alex Smith for sure.
At any rate, rookie quarterbacks can win in the playoffs.
I mean, yeah.
But when it's a.
Joe Burrow did it. Well, not a rookie, but his first playoff stint.
Yeah.
He went to you can win as the.
You can, but that's generational talent that we talking about, and I don't know about Bo Nix being there.
As long as you're the quarterback for the Cowboys, you can win a playoff game.
Josh Allen is a generational talent, whether I want to admit it or not. That dude is very good at football, and it's going to be player versus player in that game, and the better players are going to win, and that's the Buffalo Bills. What's next? Green Bay, Philly. I don't believe in Jordan Love at all. I think that dude, like I said, is the most overrated quarterback in the fucking league. every single game, them dudes are down 20 plus, and then they're coming to resurgence in garbage time. No, they're not that good. I think they're a little bit injured too, especially on the defense side, which is really the main thing. And like I said in a different group chat, that team is full of receiver twos.
Yeah.
On their team, there is not one elite player at all. Like, their best player on their team is Josh Jacobs, and he just got there.
Right.
On the offensive side, they got some good defensive players, but
cannot rely on Watson, Dobbs, or
Jaden Reed.
Wicks.
Yeah, fucking. My fault. My fault. 3 receiver twos and a receiver 3. But anyway, yeah, that's gonna be another talent versus talent game, and Philly's about to win that shit.
Washington has similar.
And speaking of Washington, Tampa. I think Tampa's winning that game.
Receiver core.
Terry is the number 1.
Terry is the number 1. He's a low end number 1, but he's
4.
Yeah.
That boy can't catch
and
shit.
And that's their number 2.
Who else is their receiver?
Noah Brown.
De'Ami
Brown.
De'Ami Brown
Y'all
won't back.
naming guys. That's it.
I'm naming the people that's on the team.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz was their second option. Zach fucking Ertz was their second option that catching the ball. He had a decent season though. But I think Tampa's got that game. I don't think Washington skate by a lot of their games this season.
Oh, yeah.
You got the game against Chicago. You got Jalen Hurts getting injured in the first 3 plays in that game, and then they still barely beat Kenny Pickett. I think Washington's in over their heads. Tampa Bay, on the other side, they've been playing without players. They've had Chris Godwin gone the entire time. They've had Mike Evans miss games, and they were still competing with some of the best. Didn't they beat the Lions? Yeah.
But they beat the
Still, that's a healthy Lions team, which going into the next game, Minnesota versus LA, Minnesota just got their ass beat by a fucking depleted Lions team. They gave up 30 plus points 3 weeks prior to that. All they got was Anzalone back. And they fucking shitted on those dudes. Most of it was Sam Darnold playing like absolute dog shit. Justin Jefferson playing like absolute dog shit. But fucking random ass corner was fucking locking Justin Jefferson down. I mean, that dude had no space. Jordan Addison, 1 catch for 0 yards.
Sound like George Pickens.
Same George Pickens.
But Matt Stafford got that experience, man. He's a different dog in the playoffs.
Ran a terrible route.
Who?
George Pickens. That last route.
I think that was I think that's what it was. He wanted to.
And you saw where Russ threw it right outside, so you can get out of bounds. And
but Pickens wanted to score, which he had it.
He would have had both of them, but it was just like situational football.
Y'all got the mic?
Oh, my bad.
Wait a minute. I do want to say something. You was going in on Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But they did just lose to the Cowboys. If I'm not mistaken.
They did.
The Cowboys?
Cooper Rush led
Cowboys.
I'm sorry, but that's a big hit.
Didn't they lose to the Cowboys?
And they struggled versus the Saints.
We did.
That's a division game.
But we lost to Dak Prescott.
They only turned it around when
the Chiefs struggled against everybody in their division this season.
I'm gonna let this out. I'm just saying.
No, but I get that though. But I mean, but they've also beaten good teams too. So I mean, it's like we've lost to the Raiders, we've lost to the Browns, but we also shitted on the Bills.
I mean, the Chiefs almost lost to the Panthers.
Yeah.
I ain't about to say that, man. No, hell no. No, you ain't gonna hear me say that shit.
We lost to the Steelers. I thought you were gonna throw us with the bad teams you lost to. That's what I thought you were going to do.
Oh, yeah, no, I was about to say.
I'm so glad you did.
No, I can't be saying, like, even though y'all on that slide, you were looking really good. Like, people finally gave in that y'all were legit. And as soon as we did
that, oh, yeah, legit.
But, yeah, that's it. I think the Rams got that game. Matt Stafford's just about to do his thing in the playoffs. He always performs in the playoffs.
I do trust Stafford.
And I don't trust Darnold.
All right.
I do understand Stafford didn't win a playoff game until he got to LA.
That's because they also barely got there.
Where is he at right now?
16 team, bro. He played on one of the worst franchises
He
ever.
didn't play though.
And welcome
He didn't
Calvin
play
Johnson.
that game. Yeah, sure. Dan Orlowski got them to 0-16, but he played that season and they got hurt, didn't he?
Shout out Orlowski for running out the back of the end zone.
Bro, this dude has the audacity to talk about anything.
All right, going in order, we got the Chargers and Texans game first. That game, there's really not much to it. Texans are at home, so anything can happen in the playoffs. But I personally believe that the Chargers will prevail and make it to the next round. Next game, Baltimore-Pittsburgh. This game is going to go one of two ways. It's either going to be battled in the trenches where everything's going to be hard-earned. Field goal is really going to make the difference. Tucker last time against Baltimore, or the time before, excuse me, missed a couple kicks, ended up losing the game because of it. So it's really going to rely on the field goal kickers. I think is going to every point's going to matter in that game. So Boswell's the best kicker in the league at the moment, but over history is Justin Tucker. So he's got to find it again. But as far as my pick, I think there's too much star power on Baltimore for them to not win, especially being at home. So we're going to have to go Baltimore on that. Next game, Denver and Buffalo. Yes, Josh Allen is probably the best, if not second best player in the league. Denver's defense is different. They are built different. Buffalo doesn't have a receiver that's going to be able to beat Pat Surtain. That defense is the best in the league for a reason. And I personally believe that it's going to be a much tougher game with pressure getting to Josh Allen. He's not going to have guys open. Amari Cooper has not figured it out in Buffalo. And if Bo Nix is able to keep something going and keep it under control, I think Denver has a real chance at upsetting it.
You fucked me up. Keep going. Relit your beer.
Denver winning.
I'm gonna ride the upset because I don't think McDermott's gonna be able to outcoach Sean Payton in this, especially with the way the defenses are. I don't think Buffalo's defense is good enough to stop what Denver has to offer. Okay. So that's my upset of the weekend. Green Bay, Philly. I mean, I guess you can say it's another upset. I personally think Jalen Hurts is the most overrated quarterback in the league. Over the last 8 weeks of the season, when he played, they only averaged 175 yards passing. That team is 100% Saquon Barkley opens up the passing game. But if Green Bay is able to keep the run game under control like they did, I think I've read the last 6 or so weeks that Green Bay's only been averaging giving up 3.2 yards per carry. If they can sell out the run and be able to hold up, might have to double team A.J. Brown on the back end because I don't like A.J. Brown, but I can't admit, I can't lie that he's not one of the top receivers in the league. They're gonna have to earn it. In order for Green Bay to win this game, they got to make Jalen Hurts throw it, and then on offense, they got to run the clock and keep Josh Jacobs involved and win time of possession. That's the way Green Bay's gonna win, and I think Green Bay's gonna win this game. Washington, Tampa. I'm not going to go too far into detail in this. Two of the better quarterbacks of the season statistically and fantasy purposes. But I think Washington's going to end up pulling this one out as well. Tampa Bay, I don't like the defense on either team. I just think Jaden Daniels is a little bit too special in order to not win this game. And lastly, we got Minnesota and the Rams. Kevin O'Connell, he's been in a similar situation with Kirk Cousins as a quarterback and Stephon Diggs as wide receiver. They got a better receiver now in Justin Jefferson, and arguably Sam Darnold is another version of Kirk Cousins. No, it's another version. I'm not going to say he's better. He's another version. The defense under Brian Flores is able to put pressure on a lot of quarterbacks. Last time when they played week 3, they got zero pressure on Matt Stafford, but I think Flores is going to be able to change things up and get some pressure, and they're going to have to find a way to cover Puka Nacua because Cooper Kupp, he's still elite. They just haven't used him as much. But if they can lock up Nacua, I think they can take this game. So I'm going to take Minnesota.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to add something to that. 2 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. Minnesota went 13-4. Yep. They got bounced first round in the playoffs. Then who did they play against? Wasn't it the Rams? But anyway, this season, This 14-3 season is feeling a lot like that one.
I mean, shout out to the Rams. They got a lot of young guys, a couple of really good stud rookies on that defense, and they're going to be able. Jared Verse, he's probably going to win Defensive Player of the Year, or at least get a really good run at it. I'm sorry, rookie. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Make a really good run at it.
Yeah. Nobody gives a fuck about my opinion, but I have one. But I'm going to need somebody to tell me the games, and let's go backwards just for fun.
Backwards. Minnesota Rams.
Minnesota, for sure. Sam Darnold. Love him. Go ahead. Keep going.
Washington, Tampa.
He did great for me as my backup quarterback. He would have done almost just as good as Lamar Jackson about a half of the season.
Oh, what the
Fantasy
fuck?
purposes.
Yo,
Fantasy purposes. Fantasy
QB1
purposes.
versus QB what, like 14?
Fantasy
Nah,
purposes. He was not that far behind. Let's keep going.
Washington, Tampa.
Washington. For fun.
Green Bay, Philly.
Green Bay. Because fuck Jalen Hurts. Keep going.
Denver, Buffalo.
I'm going to go Buffalo because Kaylee Christ would kill me if I did not pick Josh Allen.
Pittsburgh, Baltimore.
Baltimore because Lamar Jackson was my QB all fantasy league. That's how I beat Jordan, that guy,
Texans.
in the Steelers jersey. Who? What?
Chargers, Texans.
Chargers, Texans. Chargers because Stroud really let me fucking down this year
Yes, he did.
after a great rookie season. And is that it? Oh, I nailed it. I was the fastest one.
What's the next topic? The awards? Or
Yeah, season award.
Dang.
all right, we're going.
Slide one out of here.
All right. Well, it was great for you to join. You were leaving now?
Yeah.
All right. It was great for you to join us.
I will be here for the whole thing next week.
Bet.
Lauryn?
This is a weekly thing?
Bi-weekly.
Oh,
Bi-weekly.
well, in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
So I'm gonna scoot over.
Thank
Hey, you say get away from me.
I'm scoot over.
Because he's a Cowboys fan?
No,
Oh, you meant this way. Is it because he's a Browns fan?
he's a
He's
he's
a
a
Chargers fan?
He's just
Sorry.
wearing brown.
We're gonna go over our season award winners: MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year.
MV3, baby.
I don't know. Comeback Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie, and Defensive Rookie.
All right, so for MVP, I did like a list of 3. At 1 I had Lamar. Obviously we know what he's been doing. Number 1 quarterback fantasy. If he has a bad game, the team loses. And you just 40. What is it? 41 passing touchdowns this year? Was it 41?
41 to 3.
Yeah, that's come on now. At any rate, also he won. He got All Pro, first team All Pro. Second, I would have Saquon. He could have broken the record had he played. That offense heavily leaned on him. That's that. And third, I would have to go with Joe Burrow for his attempt.
Not even Josh Allen. That's crazy.
No.
The man has less than all 3 of those people.
Has less what?
Less talent on his offense.
That's debatable.
No, it's not.
James Cook is what?
It's not better than Derrick Henry. It's not better than Jamar Chase. Name
Oh,
one player.
okay, so
that-
firstly,
name one
if we
player
talk
that
it,
he has that is a top player.
who have
Shakur,
who have
Khalil
they played?
Shakur. You have Khalil Shakur. You have a rookie in Coleman. You have James Cook, who just now is getting the touches. What are you talking about?
much, and I agree with Jordan.
He had nothing.
Okay.
They gave away his defense as well.
No, that defense got hurt.
He lost Micah Hyde.
Who hasn't done anything?
He lost
Who
Jordan.
also hasn't done anything?
doesn't matter
So
what
they
did.
they were valuable losses.
No,
The defense,
last year for the Bills, they were valuable. We're not talking about what they did for another team. For what they did for the Bills, they were valuable. They lost that. They lost stars. And nobody is ever talking about that. They think about fucking stats. Look at his fucking team.
And Matt Milano also was out for 12 weeks.
Holy shit. Niggas don't look at teams at all. Like, Lamar has the second best running back in the fucking league.
And then what?
Of course that opens up the passing game.
And then what though? So firstly, we're gonna
Zay Flowers,
okay.
who was a top 15 receiver this year.
So firstly, we're gonna act as if Lamar wasn't doing this before.
The fact that you don't have Josh Allen in there at all. Like, you're not putting the whole
I got a question. I got a question for you. When it comes to MVP, right? This is the most valuable player. If your team can win without you playing well, how valuable are you?
But here's the thing.
When did the Bills do that?
When
did the Bills do that?
Versus the Colts.
Before we go there.
Against the Colts, a bad team.
He had a bad game and they still won.
Before we go there, Cincinnati could not win. That's why they're not in the playoffs.
But they definitely can't win if Joe Burrow doesn't play well.
And it's inflated stats.
You're talking about one game.
It's not inflated.
You're talking about one game that he won.
No, he also won. He also won the first game against the Patriots. Played bad.
The Patriots aren't a good team.
Exactly. So how are you playing bad against bad teams?
Because you can. Nigga, what? People don't have every game ain't gonna be perfect. We're talking about a full body of work, not 2 weeks, bro.
So if Josh Allen had a Jamar Chase and a T. Higgins, like, would he not have even better stats like Joe Burrow does?
Just like when he had
Stephon,
he had great stats.
And did he ever win an MVP with Stephon Diggs?
But he should have won it last year. His numbers were better than Lamar last year. Talk about it, bro.
All right. So, and my second part to that argument for him not being on the list is there hasn't been a player to win MVP who wasn't on NFL first team, all pro first team in 20 plus years. So with the first team coming out, it's like somebody on first team is probably going to win. And that's why I have Lamar at 1, Saquon at 2. And I just think that if you're looking at...
But Joe Burrow wasn't even second team.
But if you're looking at impact of player on team, Joe Burrow has a bigger impact for his team than Josh Allen.
Remove Josh Allen, play Mitchell Trubisky. They are fucking 3-14. What are you talking about?
So it's fair.
They played with Jake. Who the fuck did they play with last year and they still won games?
I got a question.
Come on, you're not even making sense.
If you remove Joe Burrow,
that's not even a fucking yellow. That's a yellow flag, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about?
If you remove Joe Burrow, what is Cincinnati?
The same shit they were last year. They won games. Who was their quarterback last year?
Jake Browning.
Jake Browning.
And how many games he win?
He won enough.
How many?
How many games has Mitchell?
How many? How many?
God,
how many? Pull it up. How many games did Jake Browning
recording us?
All right, I got you. Last year.
You're not making no sense.
Last year, we're gonna find out how many games Jake Browning won.
He was out of the game for 8 to 9 games, and they were still winning fucking games.
Okay. They were not winning games.
Okay. You gonna tell me about my division team that I was playing? They were winning games.
Okay. We're gonna look it up. We're going to look it up.
Look it up.
But we're gonna move on to what?
He was 4-5 last season as a starter.
Winning games.
Who did they play? Who did he win against?
I mean, to be fair, that does make a difference, but I don't think it's going to help your point.
Cleveland, Minnesota, Indy, and Jacksonville.
I'm going to let it go then.
Name me who Mitchell Trubisky has beat.
Mitchell Trubisky
has
he has not played.
That's his fucking backup. We're talking about who the fuck could he beat. Mitchell Trubisky couldn't go out there and win a fucking game for us, bro. That's why he got benched for Kenny Pickett. Come on. Stop talking to me about stuff you don't know.
That's not knowing. What that is saying that Josh Allen has had bad games and a team still won. How valuable are you to the team if we can still win with you having bad games?
Well, I would like to say
that's crazy.
How?
That's crazy. That's crazy. Continue, bro.
Seriously,
we're not gonna get past this topic. Keep going.
Okay. So now what? Y'all want to go with y'all MVPs?
That's fine. My MVP is Josh Allen. I don't have nothing. I don't have a 1, 2, and 3. Lamar is number 2 on my list because of his statistics, but Josh Allen, he had less than everybody else on that fucking list.
The award would have went to Saquon if he did break the record, in my opinion.
Yes.
But he didn't play the last game, which is smart on Philly because if he got hurt the last game for whatever reason, they would have zero chance in the playoffs. And he also sat out 3 fourth quarters this year to let other guys eat before he even had an idea of the record being involved, because then he started breaking off 180-yard games 3-4 weeks in a row. And then it became a realistic idea. But shout out for breaking 2K. That's a huge accomplishment. But I think MVP, when you get into the real fine stats, it should be Lamar. When you get into a bunch of the advanced statistics, PFF, all of that good stuff, Josh Allen should be the MVP. Obviously, Lamar, they have a better team. That's why it makes it a little bit difficult. Baltimore's defense is better. Baltimore's surrounding cast is better. Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Derrick Henry, even Justice Hill. I mean, you got all these guys. Got Keaton Mitchell coming back. Just needs some time. But Josh,
Smith,
that defense is elite. Kyle Hamilton, best safety in the league.
Come on, bro. You got Pro Bowlers and all pros.
Kyle Van Noy was top 3 in sacks this year.
They voted for his center and him, or his guard and him. Come on now.
All right.
However, Buffalo's O-line, best O-line in the league. That team is finding a way to keep Josh Allen upright and giving Josh Allen the chance.
You don't take sacks.
Josh Allen minimized the turnovers to only having 6 between interceptions and fumbles this year.
Else he minimized? Throwing the ball.
He ran the ball.
And he also
still got yards on by himself. He also caught a pass for a touchdown.
No, he did not catch a pass. That's
Yes, he did. Yeah, that's a statistic. That is statistic. That is
No.
statistic.
Look it up.
Look it up. Flag.
No.
Reception touchdown.
No. He caught a pitch on a pass.
Either way, and then he made a great decision.
I mean, hold on. So is that an issue that Marcus Mariota did it years ago?
No. I'm just saying.
Because that's a passing and receiving touchdown in one play. Shout out Josh Allen fantasy owners, because you got 13 points for that play.
For sure. But it was a pitch.
That's fine.
But if we also want to get into the fine details, Josh Allen also had the least amount of negative plays by any starting quarterback on the season, putting that team in continuous
took the ball
positions.
out of his hands. Does anybody realize that?
How did they take the ball out of his hands?
Because where does he finish in yards this season, right? He's definitely out of the top 10. He also is out of the top 10 when it comes to passing touchdowns, which is why his interception rate is lower. They took the ball out of his hands, and
Josh Allen, 483 passing attempts, 307 completions at 63.6%.
What's his yardage?
3,731 yards.
Where does that rank? And where does that rank?
Fucking receivers, bro. That proves my point that he had nobody getting open. Keaton Coleman does not get open. Khalil Shakir was out for half the fucking year.
Khalil Shakir was his leading receiver at 821 yards.
Context matters.
There was a time when Mac Hollins had to play wide receiver 1. That dude that'd be walking in the snow with no shoes.
Matters, bro.
With no
Context
shoes.
matters.
So you telling me him being 14th in the league at passing yards, right?
Context matters.
Okay, context matters.
It does.
For sure.
It does.
And they definitely took the ball out of his hands.
They did not. He had almost 500 passes.
So what was he doing last year when Stephon Diggs wasn't getting targets? Who was he throwing to then?
He had a beef with Stephon Diggs.
So who was he throwing to?
Wait,
That's the question. Who was he throwing to?
They still put the ball in his hands for him to make plays.
And he did this year and last year.
What
They did not take the ball out of his hand. What are you talking about?
Josh Allen also ran 102 times for 531 yards and
And
12
how
touchdowns.
many yards did Lamar have on the ground?
That's fine.
700?
Lamar is a running back.
900?
Lamar is a running back.
Did he have 900? So, but you're bringing in his rushing category as if Lamar also doesn't do that.
Nobody said he didn't. I never said Lamar shouldn't even be in the conversation. I was literally saying, why is he not in your top 3? Because of context.
Because
you said, anybody can win
Joe Burrow.
That's crazy. Joe Burrow.
Are we going to discount Joe Burrow's season?
Nobody's going to
just
discount.
because his defense was ass?
Nobody's discounting Joe Burrow's season. That's the problem that I'm having with it. You
His
thinking that
defense was ass.
we're thinking
Can we agree to that?
nobody's saying
Yes.
that it
Okay.
wasn't, but you thinking we're discounting it because we putting another man above him because he won games.
But I think y'all are thinking I'm discounting Josh Allen's season just because
You didn't put him in your top 3.
I don't think he belongs in the top
to me,
3.
that's a little bit discounting what he did with less. To me,
So I got a question.
That's just my
I got a
opinion
question.
on
How many MVPs does Tom Brady have? Because he's infamously known for having less, right? But they still won
Doesn't he have
a
4
great
MVPs?
amount of games.
I believe he has 4
There's
MVPs.
4
Out of how many years?
It doesn't matter.
But you also want to talk about winning games with
Doesn't
less.
matter.
I
It
mean,
doesn't matter how many years he won. He won
Buffalo is the
MVP.
number 2 seed at 13-4, and that is him playing with less. Cincinnati having 2 All-Pro caliber wide receivers
They have
still
a-
had 9.
They have a terrible defense.
And we were
Bottom
talking about
rank-
Buffalo.
Hold on, wait. When you got a terrible defense, why would you go and keep scoring in one-play drives?
Well,
No.
that's what we gotta do.
Hold on.
That's
That
what we
has
gotta
a
do.
lot to do with
That's
everything,
what
bro. That has a lot to do with everything. Because if you have the best offense, why would you not use time of possession to help your defense?
Also,
No, bro, I'm not giving you a fucking pass for that. Who cares if the defense was ass? You kept putting them on the field.
Oh my gosh.
You kept putting them on the field. That's a coaching decision.
The best.
If we don't score,
Nobody said don't score. I said use time of possession. You have the ability to possess the ball and not do one-play bombs.
And the best that defense looked was against Cooper Rush and the Cowboys. And that's not saying much.
It's a pathetic defense.
Yes.
So they have to score. They have to be a high-power offense.
When you put your team out there and your worst unit out there for more than half the game, you're setting yourself up to lose. Simple as that. Same thing that Pittsburgh did. We kept saying, "Oh, our defense is gonna help us." When you put them motherfuckers out there for more than half the game, they get burned the fuck out.
For sure.
So yes, it's also the coaching's fault for not actually coming up with plans to keep possession of the ball for more time than they did, which made their defense look even worse because at the end of the year, when they were possessing the ball for long drives, the defense looked a lot better because they were fresh. They were able to get picks. They were able to get sacks. That is the point I'm making. I'm not going to ignore the first fucking 13 games that you played because you went on a 5-game win streak. Congratulations. These niggas are 13-4. They've been doing this the whole fucking game. The fucking Ravens are 11-6 or 12-5.
They're 13-4.
They've been doing it the whole.
Ravens are 12-5.
The Ravens are 12-5. They've been doing it the whole season.
Okay, hold
I'm
on.
not about to sit
Hold
here.
on. Okay, is your division tougher than the AFC East?
Sure.
How much tougher?
Let me tell you this.
How much tougher?
No, let me stop you there. Because nobody in our division played a division game until week 11 when they started winning. What are you talking about? They were losing to other teams. The Bengals.
Okay, what I'm saying is this. When you're talking about records, right? Because, yes, they lost to other teams. Because
when they started playing the division, they started winning.
What I'm saying is that makes even more of an argument for Joe Burrow.
No, it doesn't.
It does because
it
he's
doesn't.
winning against tougher teams.
No, you win against the teams that you know against the best. That's great.
Are they tougher?
But there's also
Are they tougher teams?
that's like saying if my team wins 6 games against the division, we should be division champs. No, there's a whole regular season that you got to play. There's other teams you have to beat. Just beating your division don't mean that you're the best. What are you talking about?
And they only went 3-3 against the division.
I'm sorry.
They split.
I'm sorry. No. I love Joe Burrow. He's top 4.
He's
Based
top
off
three.
of MVP is not just about your numbers, though.
It's about the
MVP
impact
is-
of the game.
Yes,
And I
impact
think
of the game.
His impact on the game is much greater. All right,
The
it's
results
not
don't
much
show it.
greater, but in my opinion, it's greater than Josh. It's greater than Josh Allen.
And that's fine. But I
When
just
you
think
when you
slightly
talk about,
My MVP is Josh.
I'm not.
My MVP is Nick Chubb. Back this year because I missed my man last year. Yeah, okay. I love Nick Chubb. Keenan Allen. I went to the same high school as him. We're BFFs. Not really. I've never actually met him, but we did go to the same high school. Northern Guilford. Shout out. Nighthawks. Also, I think maybe I'm just gonna go with Josh Allen on this one because that seems
Lamar's gonna win it.
that
Maybe.
seems
We're
fun.
not saying Lamar's not gonna win. We just think that Josh Allen deserves more.
I actually would choose Lamar Jackson over Josh Allen because he did lead me to a second place in fantasy football over Jordan. Steelers fan sitting right here. But he actually didn't lead me to first place. So that was actually Justin Jefferson's fault.
Dropping touchdowns like
Justin, he didn't do shit, and fuck the Lions because they fucked me on some field goals and they let Jamar Gibbs score 4 touchdowns in the last game. That fucked me. But other than that,
46 bomb in week 18. Is
You know.
absurd.
I actually have no opinion. So
But we're gonna finish the awards. We'll finish up. We can
Yeah,
even,
'cause
you can
you-
even come back next week and finish it. That way, we already had the topics and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'll tell Kahari.
Where we going, Coach?
You can go, Coach.
We can go coach of the year.
Coach of the year. Least favorite coach?
What's
least
the
valuable.
Lions coach's name?
Dan Campbell.
Fuck him.
Fuck him. Dan Campbell.
Okay, Dan Campbell. I'll remember.
Coach of the year. This was tough for me. Damn.
Is the other one still rolling?
Oh, it's all right. We got the audio. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Coach of the year for me. Fuck.
To be fair, a podcast,
Yes.
you can do
Audio.
whatever you want and just talk and
Yeah.
you have to put your inside.
We're just gonna have to picture for the rest of it.
You draw stick figures,
Yeah,
you
like-
just kinda-
Coach of the Coach of the year. I think I'm call it bias. I'm going with Jim. Coach of the year. I'm going bias. I'm going with Jim. Unbiased opinion. I would probably have to go with Quinn. Dan Quinn. Washington's coach. They were worst last year. Worst to first. They did the worst to first. Well, not first, but
They also weren't worse last year because the Giants still exist.
Worse than they were this year.
They went from being a no shot at the playoffs team to where they were an 11-win team and got.
they didn't trade for the number 2 pick though.
Nope.
Yeah, they're pretty bad though
We went
at that
from
point.
buying tickets to a Washington game for like $100 to they're probably like $150.
So I'll probably have to go. It's tough, and I do think Dan Quinn should get a mention for taking the Detroit Lions to 5th. I said Quinn again. Dan Campbell taking them to 15-2. Yeah, that's the Lions are cursed.
Doing the fucking opposite. That's for sure.
The Lions were cursed. So but yeah, biased opinion. I'm going Jim. He did a hell of a thing. Taking
He's
The curse.
statistically proven that he can go to a team that had a bad season and in his first year make it good.
change it
He
immediately.
did that in
Yeah,
San Francisco. He did that in Michigan, and he did it again in LA.
yeah, immediate change.
He's-
So
He is the definition of a solid ass coach.
gotta
My coach of the year is between O'Connell, whatever. Damn, I just had the dude's name.
what team?
You hate the Lions too.
I don't mind Dan Campbell getting it, but I mean, we all knew that the Lions were very good. So I just think he did what he was supposed to do. Sean Payton. Sean Payton is up there with me. He took a rookie quarterback that was struggling early on. He had a game with 50 yards.
I think it was like 74.
Yeah, something like that. And turned that whole entire season around where they look like a legitimate team. So Sean Payton's up there with me, and then also Dan Quinn. I like looking at the teams before Before the 4-game slide, I was thinking Mike Tomlin, but
he should get an honorable mention.
nah, the standard is the standard.
What is this? 13? This year 13? No losing season?
Year
I
17.
was about to say it was 17 or 18.
Year 17.
God damn.
That's cool, but
Man,
the
that's
standard
legacy,
is
though,
the
man.
standard is the standard.
And y'all were not expected to do good.
No, I can bring up the group chats where everybody was like, "I win in 5 games." I can remember that fucking picture you sent me. I think you said we were winning 7. That's okay.
That's
and
close
that's
to where y'all at.
we won 10. 7 would have been a losing record.
3.
7 would have been a losing record. I can't accept that. Not close.
7 versus 7 and 10.
Yeah.
The legacy don't stay alive.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I would go with one of them. But if I had to choose one, I would personally choose Sean Payton. I like what he did with that team. It made him legitimate, in my opinion. They're gonna be scary.
Speaking about Mike Tomlin, I'm going to bring in a basketball reference here. Mike Tomlin is the Eric Spoelstra of the NFL, where it is just expected for him to be good with what he's got. Coach Spo has never had a Coach of the Year, and he's deserved it on several occasions. But we won't go into basketball. That's another topic. For my Coach of the Year, obviously, Dan Campbell deserves recognition for it. 2 years ago, that team was a 3-win team. And he took them on a winning streak at the end of that season. And then they ended up winning, 9 games last year and missed the playoffs the last week. And then now they got them 15-2. They're nailing their draft picks with,
No, they made it to the NFC Championship last year.
Oh, sorry. 3 years ago, they were a 3-win team. 2 years ago, they went on like a 5-game win streak to end the season, finished at 9, missed the playoffs the last week. NFC Championship last year, missed it this year. Now they got the number 1 seed. Only losing home field to the Chiefs, but I mean that's AFC, so that don't matter. And they're 15-2 win team. I mean they're nailing their draft picks. Jahmyr Gibbs, was it Jack Campbell on the backside, Sam Laporta, Terrion Arnold. He's kind of a bum, but he turned it on a little bit towards the end of the year. Just takes repetition moving from college to NFL as a corner, unless
How long
you're
ago was Okuda?
21, I believe.
That was a 4 game?
That was 21. Jeff Okuda was 21.
They missed on that.
Yeah, that was a surefire miss. But a non-miss, Aiden Hutchinson, who would have had Defensive Player of the Year if he didn't break his leg. Unfortunately, it was against Dallas when they were murdering us. But Alex Anzalone, great pickup. He is leading that defensive team. Marcus Davenport pickup. He got hurt, unfortunately. Akeem O'Neal. Defensive line, another torn ACL. That defense has 22 starters on IR on the defensive side alone to be able to field that type of team. Shout out Aaron Glenn as a defensive coordinator. He's going to be a head coach next year. Hopefully he gets into a good spot. But Dan Campbell's up there, and Kevin O'Connell also deserves recognition for it too. Those are my top 2, kind of 1A, 1B. You take what was labeled as a bust of Sam Darnold and lead him to be a 14-win team on a 1-year contract that wasn't supposed to be starting because J.J. McCarthy was supposed to start, tears his meniscus in preseason. You turn to Sam Darnold, and he looked legit. Carolina unfortunately had 2 of the best quarterbacks a couple years ago that nobody ever knew. Him and Baker Mayfield. Now they're in their own positions and they're killing it. So between those 2 are my top picks. Not Dan Campbell.
Anybody but.
As much as I love my fiance who just had an opinion, fuck Dan Campbell. He sucks. He ruined fantasy football for me.
As any coach ever has.
Let me tell you, I don't like to think backwards, so I'm going to think forward. Dave Canales, Panthers, head coach, gonna win playoffs next year. Nobody cares about this year. We're moving forward. Also, I did Google because he just took over in January. I just learned that from Google. But fuck Dan Campbell. That's all I have to say.
We'll go with
Comeback Player of the Year, or y'all want to go Defensive Player of the Year?
whichever one you want to
You got the mic. It's up to you.
Comeback players should be simple. Biased again, I would go J.K. Dobbins. He battled through 2 or 3 terrible injuries over the past couple of years, and
ACL, torn Achilles.
yeah, and so him coming back, able to get the 900 yards, almost 10 touchdowns. I think that's incredible. But realistically, I don't know. I guess Joe Burrow.
You win
Since
MVP
he's
and comeback player.
since he's not gonna fucking win MVP.
Can
Fuck.
you win both? Like fuck it.
If he did, that would be crazy.
If he did,
That's like giving somebody MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. Like that just don't happen.
like why would you do that?
If
Unless you went in every goddamn like did Peyton win that year when he threw 55 Offensive Player of the Year as well?
No.
Who won Offensive Player of the Year?
who
What year
knows?
was that?
2015.
But yeah, I'm
2014.
I'm going with Joey B for comeback player of the year. He did his thing, Thizzle.
Whatever year they played the Seahawks.
Also, that should be an extra nod on why he should get a extra MVP look. But it's it is what it is.
Sam Darnold could be considered a comeback player.
They've been talking about
I
that,
think they were talking about him.
but they were saying that the stipulations for comeback player has changed. It's not just man, you was ass last year, now you good. They said they really wanna
That year, 2013.
Has to be come back
Okay.
from an injury.
come back from a circumstance. Yeah.
So Justin
He was seeing ghosts. Man was in the supernatural realm.
Um.
No, for a comeback. Wasn't he hurt last
No, he wasn't hurt for many games. Yeah.
Who?
Jefferson.
I think he was on IR for like 5 or 6 weeks, but
But yeah, those are my comeback players.
Okay.
ball overthrow.
Fuck.
My comeback player would either be Joe Burrow or Darnold, but with him saying the stipulations have changed, then I would obviously go with Burrow because he was hurt. But just based off of how ass Darnold was. Wait. Didn't Geno win a comeback player of the year?
So that's why they want to change it because last year it was Joe Flacco who won comeback player, or the fact that he got close to winning, they was just like, man, you didn't come back.
Joe Flacco wasn't really hurt; he was just out of the league.
Exactly. So he didn't. You just happened to come back.
You dropped that, you bum.
So that's why they wanted the NFL put out a thing saying that they trying to say come back from
something.
something.
Okay. Well, in that case, I guess it's Joe Burrow or JK. I can't think of. That's crazy.
Kirk Cousins came back from an injury.
Nope, we're not even talking about that. All right, so I think J.K. Dobbins would have been a solid lock if he didn't get hurt again this year, and unfortunately he fell, a little bit shy of a 1,000-yard season. But led that offense in rushing, and he was a stud doing it, just like what we anticipated he would be in Baltimore before all the injuries racked up. Again, shout out Jerry Jones missing on that one by not wanting to pay a couple $1 million for it, and instead we signed Zeke.
Shout out Zeke.
Hey, Zeke's on the Chargers now too, so. Comeback player of the year. I feel like there should be more debate to it, but I feel like it's going to be pretty straightforward with Sam Darnold. Again, labeled as a bust in New York and Carolina. He showed up that, the right system, which again kind of leads to the Kevin O'Connell debate. As far as the coaching matters and being able to be in that type of system with effective players matter. But Sam Darnold was top of the league, and he's going to get a really nice paycheck this year by somebody that's going to pay for him, but I don't think it's going to be Minnesota. They got J.J. McCarthy for another 4 years on a rookie deal. They're going to pass that money somewhere else. Somebody's going to pay him $40.
Well, you don't know what J.J. McCarthy is.
But that's
we found a guy.
But is Minnesota going to pay $40 million a year for Sam Darnold?
I don't think they would have to pay $40. 1 year, of course not. We've seen they ball in fucking
and Daniel Jones. Hey, Daniel Jones is on Minnesota too. There's your backup plan. There's your backup plan.
Your turn, Lauryn. Your turn, Lauryn.
I'm gonna go with the ginger Sam Darnold,
Okay.
and that's it for me.
You can start over there for defensive player.
Defensive player of the year.
Defensive player of the year is going to whoever had the most sacks out of all the defensive players. I don't know who their name is. Who's their name?
Trey Hendrickson.
Trey Hendrickson. That's who Lauren Hardy. Hardy B. That's who she's going with. I said it first because they started with me.
Defensive player of the year. Trey Hendrickson. I think that he would be a pretty good lock for it because, TJ Watt, he was kind of running away with it at one point, and then the sacks kind of fell off. Myles Garrett, same kind of deal. That defense is really bad, and they had been really good for a long time. Micah Parsons got hurt. He still finished with 12 sacks on the season. But Trey Hendrickson being on a defense that's just that bad, he was a difference maker, but it wasn't enough to be that much of a difference maker. My defensive player of the year, bringing it back to the corners, going Pat Surtain.
Oh, yeah. I agree. I think it's Pat Surtain this year. He had, if you look at, I'm pretty sure somebody sent a breakdown of each week of who he guarded, how many targets they had, how many routes they ran against him, and what they ended up with. And I don't think anybody ended up with more than 20 yards, let alone 2 catches. The man was playing lockdown defense. The only time that he really got beat was against the Steelers, and that was on holding plays or plays that got called back where the quarterback got extended time to where he was out of position. So I'm not holding that against him. I think Pat Surtain should be it. And if not him, then Henderson has a good chance with the sacks. But, again, you played on a terrible defense. I don't think they're going to reward you just because you got the best stats on terrible defense.
Shout out Pat Surtain, but fuck the Broncos. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with a dark horse, Van Ginkel.
I was saying Van Ginkel for a while.
Just a big Swiss Army knife. I mean, when you talk about 2 pick sixes on the years, you talk about he's up there. Very what is it? Pass breakups. If I'm not mistaken, he's top 10 in pass breakups. So it's like very, very versatile, and yeah, dark horse. That's a dark horse. Defensive player of the year. But I do think Pat Surtain will get it. He's a bigger name than Van Ginkel. So they like to give the defensive player to names, in my opinion. It's a name award. Saquon. I think it's pretty straightforward that Saquon should win that. Who else did I have down? Oh yeah, Jamar, Triple Crown. Jamar was second for me. It's either gonna be one of those two. Saquon. Yeah. If they don't give it to him, I think that's fucking ass if they don't. But they didn't. Did they give it to Derrick Henry when he hit 2,000 that year?
What year was that?
Or was it the year that Puka? Was it the year that Cooper Kupp hit the Triple Crown?
I don't know if Derrick Henry ever went off.
He had to have won it at least once.
You think?
Cooper Kupp did win it in 21 when he was Triple Crown. Sorry. What year was Derrick Henry 2K? Was that 2020?
I have no idea.
With Tennessee for sure.
Has he ever won it?
2020 was the year that he did have 20K or 2K, sorry, and yes, he did get offensive.
Oh fuck! So it's
gonna.
gonna.
Got a year that you
They might have
yard rusher
and a Triple Crown, and they might have Cole. They might have Cole Offensive Player of the Year award for that because yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
a great year.
Granted, Derrick
So-
Henry did that in 378 carries. That's still 2K.
yeah. We're not gonna do that for him. We ain't gonna do that
What's
to
the
him.
comparison in that though between like?
It's very difficult to rush for 2,000 yards, just because Granted, they have 17 games now, but he didn't play in one of them. So 16 games, you're talking about. That's a breakdown of about 140,
About 130 or so yards per game. So that is a very difficult accomplishment within itself. But at the same time, Triple Crown, you got most catches, most receiving yards, most receiving touchdowns, and you're in a pass-heavy league. Cincinnati, unfortunately, was trailing in a lot of games, so they were throwing it a lot, not discounting Joe Burrow or Jamar Chase in any situation there. That defense was bad. Trey Hendrickson had 17.5 sacks, but couldn't do enough for the rest of the team. Geno Stone came over from Baltimore, didn't fit. Their corners were not good. I mean, they used to have Eli Apple on the team as a starter. That's bad.
I think he's on the Chargers.
Nah.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
Practice squad. Practice squad.
This might have to be a scenario 1A, 1B, but offensive player of the year, I think, well, if they did choose one instead of doing a 1A, 1B, is going to be Saquon Barkley, just because the difference that he made with or without Jalen Hurts in there, and his stats would be 10 times better if Jalen Hurts didn't push every time on the 1 yard line. I think, if I remember correctly, I think Saquon Barkley had 3 attempts from the 2 yard line or closer, and when he didn't get it, it immediately went to Jalen Hurts after it. Why can't the offensive line block like that for Saquon on the 1?
Just do the push with Saquon.
I'm saying,
Wildcat.
There you go.
we've seen Derrick Henry do the Wildcat, and he'll either run it, or when he gets to the line, nobody covers the tight end, just a little dump off pass to the tight end. Wow, ooh, that's a hit. Oh, 3rd and 10.
He was not that far.
Yes, he was.
He got hit before that.
So yeah, I think, and of course, being a Cowboys fan, I'm not biased by any means. I'm pretty realistic, but I think this award deserves to go to Saquon, because he was the most valuable player on that team by a landslide.
I'm gonna just say Saquon.
Yeah, I think I can agree. Saquon.
I'm a Steelers fan. I'm not voting for Jamar, even though he deserves it. Who else we got? We got rookies, offensive player of the year, and then
We just did.
oh no,
We
did defense.
defensive
Oh yeah, you're right.
awards.
And
They
then
come back. So yeah, rookies. It's rookies.
You just do it right. Go ahead and say your Brock Bowers.
Is he a rookie?
He's a
Yes.
rookie.
Brock Bowers.
Yes.
Sold.
All right,
Record-breaking Brock Bowers.
I love him.
offensive rookie of the year. This actually
Elizabeth doing it too.
This actually is a very challenging decision to make for offensive rookie of the years, because you got Jaden Daniels, who arguably one of the best rookie quarterbacks that have been around. Bo Nix started the year off slow, but the end of the year, he was one of the better quarterbacks in the league. And then you have, the first time ever, you had 4 rookie receivers all top 1,000 yards between McConkey, Brian Thomas Jr., who got no All-Pro, no Pro Bowl. They snubbed him on those.
It's just tough.
It's a very tough.
It's just tough.
I mean, I think he deserved Pro Bowl over Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin did have more touchdowns, but I mean, Brian Thomas in a very, very putrid offense still led that team in every category known to man. He even ran the ball
You
for
said
him
Pro Bowl?
sometimes.
Pro Bowl is AFC, NFC though. And Terry is NFC.
Oh, I was thinking All Pro in that case, but I mean, they also. I mean, Zay Flowers is deserving, but I don't think Zay Flowers should have got in over Brian Thomas. And Brian Thomas had a lot of not high volume.
Somebody else. They won those.
I'm very confused if I were talking about rookies.
These are all rookies.
Flowers is a rookie?
No.
Okay, so we're not talking about just rookies. So you see my confusion. Thank you.
I'm trying to build a little bit of a case for Brian Thomas, even though he's not Offensive Rookie of the Year. Malik Neighbors is another one. Stud. Missed a couple of games with a concussion. And the fourth one, Brock Bowers. That was 4. Yeah, that was all 4 for 1,000 yards receiving. Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels. I think just because of the way that the season turned out, like, you're not going to give Offensive Rookie of the Year, unfortunately, to somebody on a bad team. So Malik Neighbors is ruled out. Brock Bowers has an exception, being a tight end and doing what he did, breaking Mike Ditka's record for 30 years. Breaking the rookie receiving record Puka Nacua set last year. Brock Bowers has a chance. He's my second option, but I think Jaden Daniels gets the nod.
Can I ask a question?
What's
In
up?
general.
What's up?
CJ Stroud was a rookie last year.
Yep.
And was pretty fucking solid.
Yes.
Right? How does
Oh,
he
wow.
compare to
He was
Jaden Daniels as a rookie this year?
CJ Stroud had a better rookie season than Jaden Daniels has.
That's what I was curious about.
I think that was simply from like a passing
Yeah,
standpoint.
from
But
passing.
Jaden Daniels being able to be more multi-dimensional than CJ
Didn't
Stroud
they
was.
win the division last year?
I mean,
Yeah.
you
I
got
just mean-
Jacksonville.
I'm just saying.
I'm asking
Yeah,
stats in
but-
general.
Just saying.
Like,
They won a
that's-
division with his play this year.
I'm just
You even
saying,
said he let you down. You said the nigga let you down.
And
They
really,
still
I
won a
only wonder
division.
Because Stroud really didn't do shit this year in comparison
They
to
got-
his rookie year. So is Jaden Daniels going to do anything next year?
Well, that's
compared to his
What
sophomore
number-
slump is real for most quarterbacks.
What number is the Indianapolis Colts in the draft?
The Colts are like 5, I think.
Yeah.
What is that?
You got 3 teams in the top 5.
What?
The Titans, the Jags,
What am I-
and the Colts.
When I
Titans.
brought up,
Titans number 1.
oh yeah, yeah, they are number 1.
That's what I'm saying.
Jags
He
are
played a terrible.
Jags are 6. Actually, Jags are 5, I
5.
believe. And then Indy ended up finishing up a little bit higher. Indy's going to be like 11 to 13.
But still, lottery picks. Crazy.
Um,
That's crazy. And Anthony Richardson, bum. No, he's a bum. You pull yourself out of a game, you're a bum.
He's learning
You
how to
pulled
be a
yourself out of
pro.
a fucking game.
He's learning how to be a
No,
pro.
you don't learn that way. I was tired. He fumbled, didn't he? That's
No,
a,
he was bad.
but my offensive rookie is Jaden Daniels, followed by probably like Brock Bowers and then or Bo Nix. I think it's easier to give it to a quarterback, especially a quarterback that made the playoffs.
I do too, but that's why I asked the question because, like,
They
what are they
haven't a
going
lot.
to do next year?
Who did they give
I
it?
looked it up, and they haven't a lot. Baker Mayfield didn't get it.
Well, Baker Mayfield didn't make the playoffs.
He did.
Not as a rookie.
He did.
He didn't make the playoffs as a
He
rookie.
did make the playoffs as a rookie.
Did they make?
Remember he
I don't
was
have my phone.
with the Browns.
I don't have my phone. Look it up. 2017 was his first year, right? Pretty sure the Browns did not make the playoffs the first year Baker Mayfield was there. Baker Mayfield and them made the first playoff when they let him go.
That is legitimately why I asked the
I'm a
question,
Steelers fan,
because
bro.
What does a rookie year have in,
I don't think Baker Mayfield made the playoffs his first year.
like,
They went like 7-9.
subliminal aspect to it?
Patriots, Steelers, Jaguars, Chiefs, Titans, Bills, wild card.
They went to the wild card. That's-
Bills and Tennessee.
No, he didn't.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he didn't get it. That's what I'm saying. If you make it to the if you're a rookie
Brock
quarterback,
Purdy made it to the playoffs.
but he had come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Next, you're gonna say Brock
He had the
Purdy.
most stacked
I'm just
offense
saying.
in the world. I'm just saying.
Hey,
I'm
shout
just-
out Mr. Irrelevant though.
I just think it comes down to the quarterback who made the playoffs,
Which is
honestly. And I think Jaden has a better case with the type of rushing numbers that he put up as well, where it was very comparable to Lamar's first year.
He did rush
So-
a lot, but, like, how much is he subjecting himself to injury by doing so?
They actually
smart
run
about
very
it a lot.
smart. They actually run very smart for him. They have a sliding
A lot.
mechanism that he doesn't even take any like pressure on his knees type shit.
A lot to start
Like-
the season. He was running and taking some hits. He got that chest injury early in the season and played through it.
Yeah.
But he still ran it a decent amount, but then he was smarter about taking his hits. So he would get out of bounds,
And
smart
he was
running.
he was very accurate.
And I just asked
As well.
questions.
Oh, yeah.
Questions.
That would be my offensive.
So when I started thinking about this, I did think Jaden Daniels was a runaway leader, but then I started to think about it more, and Brock Bowers broke records, and to me, if you break records, you deserve an award. That's just what I believe. Like, you deserve an award for your record-breaking season.
Shout out All Pro. Be a first team All Pro.
He is
Award.
again. No, that's not a no.
Award.
No, and that's another thing that to me says he will win it, because how are you first team All Pro as a rookie and don't get Rookie of the Year? And this isn't like just a rookie All Pro. This is first team All Pro. So all the tight ends, non-rookies and everything, you're the best at your position as a rookie. I do believe he should get Rookie of the Year.
Was Sam Laporta not the best tight end last year and didn't get Rookie of the Year?
Was he first team All Pro?
I couldn't tell you.
Was
I-
Porter the best tight end last year?
I think they still gave first team to Travis Kelce last year.
Most likely. No. Fuck no.
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
We'll look
I
it
just
up.
know every time I pick Laporta, he didn't do shit.
He never does shit. He
did.
does shit when he
did.
needs to do shit.
He did
But
shit
not
last
when
year.
anybody else needs
Yeah.
to do shit.
This year he ain't doing more motherfucking thing. Last year he was balling.
That sounds right.
But yeah, and fucking Brock Bowers was everything they thought Kyle Pitts was going to be. And so it's just like,
throw a shot at Kyle Pitts like that.
because in my opinion, Kyle Pitts is going to Kansas City next year, and I'm afraid that he'll get it back.
Nah,
With
he
Pat.
gonna stay
Sam
with
Laporta
Penix. He gotta
was
stay with Penix.
second team All Pro. George Kittle was first team.
So being first team All Pro makes a huge difference in my opinion, and that's why I believe he should get the nod. I think it should be
Who won Rookie of the Year last year? CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud
Did he
won
make the
last year.
All-Pro? That's all I'm saying.
That's
Did
what-
any
Okay,
did
so
any
you're
rookie
saying
make
that's
first
fine,
team
but
All Pro?
That's
Jaden
fine, but
Daniels, everybody
CJ
else
Stroud
did
did not
Jaden
make
Daniels.
any All Pro and he still won. So just because you
But
make the All
that's
Pro doesn't mean that you're gonna win the award. You were the best at your position, but that doesn't mean you were the best football player.
I was the best rookie though.
Not really. That does not mean that. That just means that either your position is lacking or you just
Was it
better
lacking?
than that.
Do you believe the tight end position is
I
lacking?
don't think the tight end position is very deep. I don't think every team has a great tight end. No. I think 15 teams
That's
maybe
fair.
have a great tight end.
That's fair.
Half the league. So it
And
makes it a lot. It
Hawkinson.
makes
I'll
it.
tell you- I'll
It makes it
tell
a
you.
lot easier to win something like that when you have a great season,
I'll
as
tell you.
opposed to going against someone like Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, fucking Patrick Mahomes. When you have the top guys already, you're not going to make an All Pro
I'll
because
tell
you're a
you-
rookie.
I'll tell you who made All Pro last year as a rookie. Brandon Aubrey.
That was a shitty take.
It's a fact. I'm just saying, like, All Pro, I don't think means as much for a rookie, only because I as a rookie quarterback, I'm facing against franchise names.
Okay, but let's also go back to the record breaking part. When Puka broke the record, he won Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I mean, he also had a really great year.
He broke records.
He had a really great year.
Saquon won Offensive Rookie of the Year on a bad team. So
make it All Pro.
no.
That's the point I'm just trying to make.
But
I'm not
I
saying-
think that's
I'm
the
not
extra
dis-
nod
I'm
for
not
him, though.
Agreeing with you about Brock Bowers should be is number 2 on my list, but All Pro is not going to sell me that he should win.
Hmm?
Puka last year was second team All Pro.
Okay.
Last year was his rookie year?
Was last year, right?
No, it was
Yeah.
2 years ago, I thought. This is third year, isn't it?
I don't know.
Because Rookie of the Year last year was CJ Stroud.
Fifth round of the 23 draft.
Oh yeah, it was last year.
So Puka didn't win.
No.
No,
Oh, fuck.
that's my point.
Damn, you just talked your own. You
That's
just
my
talked your own
point.
argument.
That's
out.
my whole point.
Fuck it. I'm still going Brock Bowers.
You break records, that's cool. But
Brock Bowers
at the
deserves
end
it.
of the day,
On a
what-
shitty team.
Oh,
I-
I thought he missed it.
How they get a score that quick?
Who?
Ohio
Right.
State.
They just
They
literally
said he
scored
made it?
16 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Barely.
he just scored in like 12 seconds.
There you go, right here.
I would look.
Oh
at
yeah,
it.
75 yards.
Boom.
It was a
Oh, was it
fucking
dunk off?
screen.
That's crazy. The screens go crazy. I remember I won a game of Madden off of that shit.
Anderson took that 75 yards
That's
to the crib.
crazy. That's what's up. Good for you,
That's why I don't
boy.
even watch college football.
Me
Good for
either.
you, my boy.
All right, that's all of the player of the years. Yeah.
Defensive rookie.
Oh, defensive rookie. Sorry.
That's I think that's
Is that
pretty
okay?
I'm
straightforward.
gonna go Verse. Yeah, that's Jared Verse.
I'm going Tarheeb still.
Okay.
5th round corner. Chargers. 4 picks.
You a very biased guy.
No, that's not biased. He's a great rookie, a
Every
great
time we-
defensive rookie.
Every time we come on,
Oh my
these
gosh.
records, I was go biased with J.K. Dobbs.
I told you when it's biased. I do think Joe Burrow should win. That one Jim can win. Jim is likely to win that one. This one
Third.
that's likely.
I
But yeah, I'm going Tarheeb. I'm going Tarheeb still. He didn't get the looks when it comes to like the All Pros and the Pro Bowls and things of that nature. And our defense is, we toted a nice defense throughout the season. So I think people will look at that and say like, oh, who was leading the defense? And obviously Derwin James was leading the defense, but his impact as a rookie was great. No, especially, as a rookie, nobody expect him to do what he did, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, I'm going Tarheeb. Fuck Jared Verse. Fuck LA. Rams.
No. Jared Verse. We're just gonna keep it simple.
Jared Verse. I don't think there's a debate.
No, that's a debate.
I don't know.
I say Tarheeb Steele.
Who?
Tarheeb Steele.
Tarheeb?
Yeah.
Steele. That's who I'm going with. To make it even.
Yes.
All right. Well, that will do it for our first episode this week. We're gonna come back next week with some more topics that we ain't really get to. Ran out of time, but we thank y'all for tuning in, and
See y'all next week.
yeah, see y'all next week.